What's going on, Aquarius? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be a reading for the month of May 2023. So in this reading, Aquarius, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy for the month. We're going to take a look at some things you do not see coming. We're also going to get some advice from your angels and spirit guides for you, and so much more regarding the month of May 2023, Aquarius. But before we begin this reading, as always, I do want to take a moment, Aquarius, to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading. And I really do appreciate you in advance for taking the time to check this reading out. Now, if this general reading happens to resonate with you, Aquarius, definitely smash that like button and subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. I would also really appreciate that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this reading. I'm going to pull the energy and we'll see what wants to come through for you for May 2023, Aquarius. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Aquarius. Okay. Yeah, let's see what we got here for you, Aquarius. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'll show you why I'm saying that in a moment. All right, Aquarius. So, let's go ahead and start this reading off for you with some messages from the universe, some pre-shuffled oracle before we get into the tarot. First message you have for May 2023, Aquarius, is collaborative dreaming. Okay, so collaborative dreaming really points to the mastermind principle. One of the most powerful abilities we have as human beings, obviously, is our mind, but really the power of our mind gets amplified when we team up with someone in order to see one of our visions made manifest in reality. And what I'm getting from this collaborative dreaming, for some of you out there, Aquarius, there's people that you know that you are going to go into business with, you know, like a friend or someone that you make a proposal to. It's going to be some sort of collaborative project. For some of you, this is going to be on a more objective level of collaborative dreaming, is all the light workers are coming together, me, you, to do the work to raise the frequency of the planet. Now, the problem that many of you are running into is, especially in terms of the objective collaborative dreaming, is that many of us who are on the leading edge of thought, we're basically like sprinkled into many different areas of the world. It would be nice if all the light workers are manifested into the same family in town, but usually the universe balances it out so that it can have this collective effect. So there could be people that you're meeting online, or there could be some sort of mastermind group that you're joining. I would really suggest that. One of the reasons you're seeing me do this reading in front of you right now is because many years ago, I really hate social interaction, but I forced myself to enter into mastermind groups where people had the same goal as me, you know. So collaborative dreaming, Aquarius, there's some sort of thing about getting a mentor, linking yourself up. There's also something, the last thing I'll say about this, because this is a collective because reality is a collective manifestation, many times the way that people see you determines what you manifest in your life. And so, for example, before I started out on my hero's journey and I kind of just was drifting through life or dabbling or not really doing much, there was like friends around me who had a certain self-image that they assigned to me. You know, okay, oh, Austin is kind of just like this funny, weird introvert. But when I said, oh, well, I'm a light worker and I have to help raise the frequency and share the message of the light with the world, they're not going to see me like that ever, because they don't even know what that is. So what I did was I hired, or I got into people mentorship groups where people such as Aaron Dowdy or Victor Odo, who are other spiritual YouTubers, I met them in real life and I showed them that I was very dedicated to this vision. And there was something about how they viewed me, like they viewed me as this hungry light worker who was going to make it. And there's something about how they viewed me counteracted how people in my family or past viewed me. And so there's something about linking yourself up with other people, not because they're going to give you potential physical tools, but because of energetic, the way that people see you is more important than you know, because it is a shared reality, okay? So, I can't believe we're only on one card. But we also have conscious connections. Okay, so the second card is conscious connections. And this card really asks you, Aquarius, to bring more intimacy into your, and not being afraid to really connect on an intimate level with people around you. This doesn't have to be love. I'm not picking up on it, love, for most of you. People who are mainly already in your life, for some of you, there's something about just being more real. The word intimacy, if you break it down, it's like into me see. So really seeing someone for the truth and like holding unconditional presence. There could be something about that. There's also something coming through with this conscious connections card, Aquarius, about what you put out is what you get back in this reality. When it comes to relationships, I had to learn this the hard way. In order to get what you want in relationships, many times you have to completely take yourself out of the equation and say, okay, I know this person, what did they want? How can I help them get it? Or even that, if that's just holding space, unconditional presence for someone and letting them vent, letting them dump. But what I'm saying is, Aquarius, there's something about okay, like let's just take a weird example. Weird example so that you know what I mean. Let's say that you have a really weird sexual fetish that you believe no one is ever going to satisfy me in this way because no one's going to want to do that. The way that you're going to meet that need and get that sexual fetish actually manifested is not by saying, hey, can you please do this for me? Or going from one person to the next person. Do you like this? No. Do you like this? No. No, the way you do it is find one person you already know and reverse it. And all you do is say, okay, well, what does this person really want that they're having a hard time meeting? Meet it for them. Has nothing to do with you. It could even make you feel uncomfortable. But because you put out that energy, what happens is it will return to you. And so there's something about a specific thing that you want that it hasn't happened yet because you're too focused on the thing and you're not focused on, well, don't worry about that specific thing. Just focus on giving similar energy and then it will come to you on its own accord. Because there's also a lot of resistance tied up to it. But it's mainly just being open to intimacy. And then you have legacy of light. Okay, this legacy of light here, Aquarius, is really about inspiration. And I mean, this entire reading, Aquarius, so far, collaborative dreaming, conscious connections, and legacy of light. A lot of you are going to be linked up with your soul family this month, or there's a really big opportunity for you to do that. This is connecting with your ancestors. This is connecting with very important people that inspire you along your journey. Legacy of light, you have to realize like this life is much deeper than just your own individual desires. Like you are a puzzle piece in a grand universal scheme, and many of you know that, but it's just a reminder. And this is also taking inspiration from people who you may not know. Now, the degree of synchronicity that is showing up right now in terms of this reading is wild. So recently, actually, I'm in the Caribbean right now, and on my flight here, I was sitting on the plane, and I was surprised to find Jordan Belfort sitting in front of me. I was actually like flying first class for one of the first times in my life, and I was really surprised to see Jordan Belfort sitting in front of me. Now, Jordan Belfort is the Wolf of Wall Street. There's a whole movie made about him. Leonardo DiCaprio, the actor, played him in the movie. But the weird thing about it is that Jordan Belfort was my online mentor, like in terms of I took his course. He didn't actually know me, but I took his course 3 years ago. And he was a part of my legacy of light, okay? We're both from Long Island. And the fact that he would sit in front of me in the plane, I talked to him. I said, hey, Jordan, first of all, you're a legend. But second of all, the only reason that I'm sitting first class today is because I mastered your straight line persuasion program years ago. And I didn't even know him, but collaborative dreaming, he was someone who helped me along my journey. And then years later, like literally 2 days ago, I'm sitting on a flight and Jordan Belfort's there, and I was able to talk to him for a little bit. And it was like it was a really cool experience for me. He's a really nice guy. But if I didn't take that course, or if I didn't take inspiration from Jordan Belfort, I wouldn't be here, or I would, and then I definitely would have never ran into him on that plane. And so, if you think you're going to be the lone wolf and you're just going to do it by yourself, this is not the time for that, Aquarius. There's something about you linking yourself up, and then just the magical synchronicity of that all happening. Now, I can tell you 110%. I've never had a reading, at least on my end, it says 11 minutes in, that I've not gotten to the tarot, that I've spent 11 minutes on the oracle cards. Now, to be fair, these oracle cards are probably some of the most in-depth oracle cards I've ever worked with, but I can't believe we haven't even got to the tarot yet, but I guess it's because I said what I needed to say, right? Okay, so let's get into the tarot. Now, the advice is going to flip you out, but let's save it for a moment, okay? Let's save it for a little bit. Aquarius, your opportunity for May is the Magician. The Magician has to do with potential. It has to do with, once again, doesn't surprise me at all. The Magician is using spiritual energy in order to manifest your goals. And so, what is your legacy of light here, Aquarius? You may be, in Texas by yourself and have no mentors, but you might just be like me. I was literally living in my car watching Jordan Belfort on my laptop at Starbucks because they had free Wi-Fi and free water. And I had no money. That's why I was at Starbucks, for the free Wi-Fi and for the free water. I was sleeping in my car, but I was watching Jordan Belfort talk about sales, and and obviously he has an insane legacy. And I was soaking up that spiritual energy. That spiritual energy of the positive energy that he puts out is now in me. And picture that with like 100 other mentors that I've never met. And so that's what this is, using spiritual energy in order to manifest your goals. And the best way to use spiritual energy is a mastermind group. Now, obviously I never met, I had other mentors that I actually met. I never met Jordan in real life until 2 days ago. And it was random, we didn't plan it. And it just goes to show how far that spiritual energy can take you, in terms of, you don't need to know these people. You just need to soak up their energy. But the real powerful masterminds happen when you do know people. So there is something about that. Now, your challenge is the Knight of Swords. So some of you are going to be going too fast, or there could be this feeling of speed is the problem. The Knight of Swords is someone who moves very fast, doesn't really think about the long-term consequences of their immediate actions. So with this being the challenge here, there could be a feeling for a lot of you of restlessness, like I want it now. There could be a feeling of, why is this taking so long in terms of what you want to manifest? Because for a lot of you, there's a deep merging happening with mentors or whoever it is, or whoever. Really pay attention to the people that are around you this month. We're gonna have to clarify that in a moment. And some of you, hold on. When it comes to your overall general energy here, Aquarius, you have the 9 of Cups upright, you have the 5 of Pentacles, and you also have the 8 of Pentacles. On the surface, not the best manifestation. And here's what it really is. You doing it by yourself is holding you back. That's the first message that's coming through. What does the 9 of Cups have to do with, Aquarius? It has to do with someone being individually happy, someone not needing anyone, someone having all their ducks in a row by themselves. 50 Cent, I just got this Lambo by myself. I just rose to the top by myself. Everyone tries to say that. 50 Cent will say, I got to the top by myself, by myself. You didn't by yourself, bro. I understand you put in the work. No one can take that away from you. But, there's something about if you try to do it alone, you could end up in poverty. Okay, if you try to be the lone wolf too much, and trust me, this was one of the hardest things I have ever done, Aquarius, is I am naturally a lone wolf. I'm still a lone wolf, but you need to force yourself to be in social settings. What do you think the only benefit, unless you're a doctor, lawyer, or scientist, etc., of going to a prestigious university is to network? It's not necessarily what you're going to learn in the school from some professor. Some of you are great professors out there. I have nothing against you. But what I'm saying is social connections are everything. And because you're meant to build a new earth, though, it may be challenging for you to find those people. But you're basically stuck doing it alone. No more doing it alone. And what I'm also seeing is because you're having this awakening of collaboration, mastermind, needing to soak up the spiritual energy, blah, 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 it may double the resistance because then you realize why you're being held back. Well, there is no one feeding my energy. Okay? Why do you think, Aquarius, you know what? I'm not going to say that because I just got a download that's going to piss too many of you off. I'm uncensored, but I'm not stupid. Okay? So, with that being said, when it comes to what you don't see coming, I really like it. This is, you're on the path to success, and there's a major upgrade in terms of your mental clarity, and it has to do with masterminding. When it comes to what you don't see coming, you have the Knight of Pentacles, slow-moving energy. The Knight of Pentacles is slow, one step at a time to success, being willing to do the dirty work and just being very regimented with yourself. The King of Swords, similar, but it has to do with your mindset. And then the World is a major upgrade. It also has to do with you receiving some sort of gift or something coming full circle in your life. What this really speaks to is your mindset, Aquarius, in terms of there's an upgrade to your mindset, and a lot of you, it has to do with this, okay? But a lot of you, even if you're not, collaborative in the traditional way, however this manifests for you, that's the upgrade. By the end of May, you're almost going to be mentally bulletproof, and it has to do with the connections that you have around you. Okay, so you don't want to become an island unto yourself. This is something I really struggle with, to this day, Aquarius. So it's really cool that this stuff is coming out, because I don't have much Aquarius in my chart, believe it or not. The reason I started laughing initially when we did this reading, Aquarius, because beautiful. When it comes to the advice from your spirit guides, what do we have? 333. Okay, we have the 3 of Pentacles. We have the 3 of Cups, and we have the 3 of Wands. Okay, what's the advice from your spirit guides? What's on this card, Aquarius? People. It's literally the same thing. Collaborative dreaming, conscious connections, and this is the same thing. It's the same thing. Okay, Aquarius? So, you know what you need to do in terms of connection. And be patient with this, though. Some of you, this could be from a distance, okay? If some of you, you don't have the means to, you don't have the means to do this. And now the interesting thing is 333 is the master teacher number, Aquarius. I'm going to reveal something to you that I have held back on this channel, because when I was taken back from the hospital, I was taken to 333 Park Avenue in Huntington, New York. The house I was born into is 333 Park Avenue in Huntington, New York. Do you think that's a coincidence? No. 333 is a powerful master number, and it's showing up in your advice. This has to do with connections. It also has to do with the number 3 is the blending of opposites to create a third party. Now, the interesting thing about me being born in that house 333 is that my parents were renting an attic apartment, and I was in the basement of that house. Though apparently there was an old Mason's lot, and it was a really old house, and it was on Long Island. So George Washington and other Masons were said to be doing weird meetings in the basement of that house. I just find it's interesting the number is 333, and then I was born into the attic of it. It's because I was born to be a master teacher. Sorry for those of you that pisses you off. I wouldn't even want to know the gunk that would have to be in there for that to occur. What else is there to say? There's a lot else to say. There's always a lot else to say. But I don't know, I think the reason that this reading is all about me, right? I told you I had these mentors, Aaron Dowdy and Victor Odo, that I went up to and I said, hey, I'll work. I had nothing to my name, and I told them, or I told Aaron Dowdy, hey bro, I will work for you for free. And I worked for him for free, basically. Or, you know, he paid me $500 a month for like almost a year. Tough survival, but it was because I soaked up his energy. And so the reason I'm going on about, I just saw Jordan Belfort, the Wolf of Wall Street, 2 days ago on a flight. I was born in 333 house where the Masons were doing meetings in the basement, is because I'm not doing this alone. You're seeing me in this house. You think, he's always by himself. He is an introvert. Yes, I am. I do not talk to that many people. But to get to this point and to continue to build that base, you don't become an island to yourself. I didn't get here by myself. There is an infinite array of synchronistic help that is coming my way. But it all starts with my own intention and getting out of my own comfort zone in order to make that happen. Let's clarify why the Magician is here in your opportunity. Why is the Magician here in your opportunity for May? Oh my God, stop it. That's a new card. That's not the same deck. Destined connections, that's all I can really say. But you may be, well, there could be some sort of, there could be, interesting here. Well, the first two cards that came out, the Magician is clarified by the Wheel of Fortune and the Three of Cups. The Wheel of Fortune is, for the muggles out there, it has to do with a big opportunity coming into your life, okay? And for the mystics out there, it has to do with your destiny. And, come on, I'm joking, guys, please. The Wheel of Fortune combined with the Three of Cups to the Magician. I mean, the Three of Cups is also in your advice, Aquarius, and it's also in your opportunity. So if you stay isolated to yourself, you don't join a mastermind group, you don't go to Toastmasters this month, you have no one to blame but you. Here's the thing, though. There could be past life baggage associated here. You do have the Seven of Swords, and when it comes to the Wheel of Fortune and the Three of Cups to the Magician. So here's the thing. When it comes to the collaborative dreaming, conscious connections, and legacy of light, the people that you meet up with, there could be a destined fated aspect to it this month, and there could be potential karmic baggage. For others of you, this is the most important message of the entire reading, okay? Okay? When you enter into a mastermind group, don't think that anyone's going to do it for you, or don't think that anyone is going to put you on. One of the biggest mistakes that I made when it comes to collaborating with other people, especially in terms of those first mentors that I had, when it comes to like those YouTube people, I had the attitude that, okay, well, they're going to see my talent and they're just going to put me on. And so for a lot of you, and what I mean by that is like, they're going to see my potential and I'm not going to have to put in the work, and they're just going to basically give me this opportunity. For some of you, just because you go into collaborative dreaming and conscious connections and this mastermind thing, don't expect anyone to give you a handout. And if they do give you a handout, it's not actually going to help you in the long run. So what I'm saying is, people can help you, but they can't do the work for you. Or it's not just going to be as simple as, I joined a mastermind group and now I manifested it. No. You still have to make your own decisions that the mastermind won't tell you. But what I'm telling you is watch out for that pitfall. With that being said, I really feel like I've said enough in this reading. Mastermind, that's really the whole energy of this. Link yourself up. You cannot do it alone. You cannot be an island to yourself, Aquarius. Light workers are out there. We have the internet. You better use it before it is gone.